My 8-year-old, speaking of the car situation, informed me yesterday that her first car is going to be a white Tesla with pink interior.
Well, of course it is. I've met you.
And it was a Model X. And I was like, that's interesting, huh? You're going to have a brand new white exterior, pink interior Tesla.
Does Tesla do a pink interior?
No, but
I don't know any of that.
She's going to have one.
Yeah, she's going to have one. I think it was probably something to do with the Barbie movie and the Barbie car that hit home. But that was she informed us that's what she was going to have. And I was like, that's interesting. That's really cute that you're 8. Unfortunately, your 14-year-old older sister is probably thinking something very similar about what she thinks.
Yeah.
My parents used to always ask the question, great, that's wonderful. That's going to be your first car. How are you going to get it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I have to do that? What do you mean?
I look back. My first car was a Ford Probe.
No way.
No
way.
Was that yours?
That was my first car.
What color?
Blue, like navy blue.
Blue, navy. Mine was white.
Dude, there's no one in this world that first car was a Ford Probe.
Ford Probe. It was like $3,000, and I remember it was a $3,000 car, and I probably put a $3,000 stereo system in it with like 2 12-inch subs that made the thing rattle and speakers. That was
a tin can in the back.
Yep.
It was just
it was a great car.
The rattle, the license plate rattle, and
and you had the automatic seat belts.
Yep, that was, and I was so pumped to have that.
What color?
White exterior, gray interior.
Yep.
And
it was a great little car.
And then I got a custom license plate that my aunt got me that said 10 for 3. That was my number from basketball. And man, I was pumped to be driving that Ford Probe.
I remember the day I picked up my car.
By far one of the goofiest names for a car when you actually think about it now. Looking
Ford
back,
Probe.
Yeah, I know.
But
honestly, man, it was cool. It wasn't necessarily a cool car, but it had a sporty.
It had a sporty
for your first car that did you pay for it? Like, did you earn?
Pops paid for it.
Okay, I got the work permit and started doing the whole and setting the money aside. And I just remember looking through the newspaper, and I found it in the newspaper. That was how I found mine.
I found it. I actually know a couple people that have driven one, so I think you might be the 4th person now that has driven, which that's a small club.
It's a small club. And I've dated my wife for a very long time, so we met in high school. She rode it. She rode in that. So she counts too.
You guys went out parking and going to the movie theaters.
Two door. So
2 doors. It is a 2-door, and that back seat. I stuffed 3 people back there because we could actually have passengers back then.
Yeah.
But that catches my attention. I feel like the old man talking when my kids are talking about the cars they want to drive. I'm like, man, I was elated to have my Ford Probe, and then my upgrade didn't come until college, and even then, that Probe, I still wish I had it, to be honest, because
you guys don't even want to know what I drove.
You didn't drive.
Was it a truck?
You were riding a horse and buggy.
I was a horse and buggy. It was a 1953 Chevy pickup, and you're talking about the interior is like. We had seat covers. Yeah. I'm not sure what the interior was originally.
Did it have seat belts?
The windows wouldn't hardly go up.
Yep.
And you're gonna laugh at this. Literally, the radio was one of those original tube radios.
Yeah.
Where you turned it on and it had to warm up. Come on. And
oh my goodness!
We couldn't get any stations on it, but
did you get to push the button and then it would?
Jump go back and forth, and it was a nightmare. But it was off the farm.
Well,
but it was freedom. That's the difference.
That's the thing, right?
Yes,
it meant freedom.
We have to put that as a poll to the audience, right? So put in the comments. What's your first car?
First
car.
Yeah,
we want to know. Let's see
how
who
crappy was it.
This podcast is huge with Ford Probe owners. 50% of the people on this podcast have owned a Ford Probe.
Oh, no more than that. 66%.
Yeah,
the most impressive is the rattier, the dumpier, the more mileage on the car. Yeah. That's what we want to know for all of us. And then for the most spoiled or the most spoiled children that are out there. We can talk.
I'm waiting for someone to say, oh, mine was a 635 BMW.
Oh
yeah.
We had it. It was funny because the high school I went to, there was the one girl that pulled up in the brand new Lexus that Daddy bought, and it was like, oh, that's not.
Well, nobody at my high school, had a nice car.
Yeah.
But we were able to have a gun rack in the back, and we'd go hunting we'd go dove hunting on the way to school. So,
Let's remind everyone, Buzz grew up in Texas.
In Texas.
Yeah.
Before
there
was all sorts of problems. You can't tell by every other word he says his accent.
I love it. My favorite is Monday, Tuesday. When he was saying when the feds met, feds met on Wednesday.
When he gets going, the accent really gets rocking.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
So we'll have to do the poll. And additional, how big was your first home? How many square feet? How many square feet? How many bedrooms?
Ours was like 1,250.
11 something. Flooded 6 times in the first year I owned it.
Wait, hold
flooded
on.
6 times?
Hold on.
Yeah, how in the hell does it flood 6 times? Was it a water leak?
New construction.
Oh, he had a new construction house.
In a new condo.
Okay.
Stacked 3 units, identical floor plans.
Oh, no. Did that?
Brilliant idea. This is
06.
That I wanted to be on the first floor.
Because you didn't want to have to walk up.
Not me. Thought it would be better for rental down the road for elderly couples, families with kids, groceries.
But everything runs downhill.
Everything runs downhill. And when there's cement in the pipes from the builder,
no.
And by the way, not just one, but basically all throughout, you end up being the one that receives it all. So up from the dishwasher, up from the master bathroom, up.
You enjoyed the toilet runoff, didn't you?
I enjoyed a lot of things, including it coming through the ceiling, from guest bath ceiling, floods. Didn't know it was black water. Cleaned it all up. Builder, maintenance guy didn't tell me, right? Cleaned it up, dried it out, put the ceiling back up. Day they finished it, right back again.
Oh, no.
Because they actually didn't fix the problem upstairs. But actually was dating back then, my now wife with kids. We were in Tahoe on one of our excursions and got a call from the neighbor across the hall. Was like, hey, I need to come home because there's water pouring out your front door. And,
coming out underneath the door?
Yep, coming out the front door.
No.
From the neighbors running upstairs, running their dishwasher and their sink all weekend and filling up. So, 6 times in the first year. And
let me ask you this. When did you sell that house?
I bought that in 2007, and I sold it in 2016 or 17. And
you owned it that long? Wow.
Because it was 2007.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It went from
Yep.
It went from 270, 280, whatever it was back then, down to about $60,000 in value.
Same for us. We bought ours in 2006.
2006, yep. So perfect time to get in the mortgage industry and to buy your first home. But we survived it, and actually, perfect story. My parents co-signed as a new professional. So part of holding on to it was preserving their credit and their position. My dad ran a business, so held on to it for 10 years. Still had to scratch a check to sell it. And it was not a pleasant experience, but
I held on to mine for like 18 years just for that.
Was that the one you just sold?
Yeah, we sold. Yeah, a couple years ago. Yeah, that was our first
house.
Our first house that my wife and I moved into right after we got married. We owned for 18 years.
And people going upside down, people seeing that. We talk about this a lot, but there's an entire generation of kids that grew up with parents who went through, the
housing
whole
crisis.
real estate and housing crisis. That part of their apprehension and their fear was
I agree with that.
Repeating what their parents went through, right?
I don't want to go through what my parents went
through.
And
not realizing and understanding maybe all the logistics around it. So having a lot of caution around making a quote-unquote wise decision around that. Definitely a lot more of a conservative mindset, from people that went through it. I look at it and think from the standpoint of, a homeowner, right? Even that home today is still worth more than what I paid for it in 2007.